of a parking lot.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network.
WDJO, Cincinnati.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, welcome to MySpace on your radio. My name's Gary Rossignol, the Rock and Roll Realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and I'm your host every Saturday morning. We've been social distancing over the last 8 weeks and surviving here at WDJO. We're all about having fun, learning something important, and enjoying some good music. So please stay with us. We have all the above planned for you this morning, and I have a longtime friend, colleague, and a top-notch home inspector, one of the best in the business. I got to say that.
Thank you.
Mr. John Cordell, along with his beautiful daughter, Joy, together they own Inspection Plus and Advanced Radon Testing. Good morning, folks.
Good morning. Thanks so much.
The crowd's cheering you on.
Yay.
All right.
Love it.
No. We're not getting started just yet. First, we want to help you win a gift card to Starbucks, our favorite coffee joint. And I think the drive-thru is still open. I think to be opening the doors this week.
I think so.
Yeah, right. So if you would like to take a trip to Starbucks and get your free cup of joe, just answer this question. And the phone number here is 513-563-1480. Who is known as the Queen or First Lady of Rock and Roll?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good
I was watching some YouTube videos of her last night. Oh, my gosh. She did this one concert. Mama Cass was sitting in the front row, and she was like jaw-dropping. It's like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
This gal is awesome.
Yeah. That kind of music goes on forever.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
And she's still kicking it today. She's doing artwork. I saw an interview of her just a few years ago, and she does some great artwork. But she
That's awesome.
lived to talk about it.
That's awesome.
Better than a lot of those big stars did, you know.
Big time.
But she's very open about her career. You know, it was an amazing trip. So the Queen or First Lady of Rock and Roll, give us her name, and you're going to get yourself a free trip to Starbucks. If you haven't won in the past 60 days, you qualify to win today. I just have to put that disclaimer in. I got a couple music aficionados that we call every week. Anyhow, one of the best in the business, actually, the best this side of this desk, from what I can see.
Oh, yeah.
You're my number one go-to when it comes to home inspections.
Oh, thank you so much, Gary.
So
Love working with
why don't you tell us a little bit about Inspection Plus?
Inspection Plus, we started Inspection Plus back in 1992, single, just me. And then as the industry grew, and as you know,
you were just a youngin'.
Yep, his hair was red.
Yeah, I always say my hair was red. Those in radio land can't see it. No.
Facebook can.
Yeah.
Facebook can. That's right. But anyway, started there, and we're lucky enough to be in a business that it's grown, and there's 7 of us in our firm that are doing the inspection side. Gosh, about 8 years ago, Joy and I started advanced radon testing, which it's in a business along with home inspections. And how many girls now we have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Testers?
4 full-time and 3 part-time.
On the radon end?
On the radon.
Wow.
I know.
And you've got 7 inspectors.
Yep.
Tell them how many radon tests you'll set this week.
It'll be 73.
73 radon
so you
inspections?
double that because you have to go back to the home. So we're in, over 140.
Wow.
times. Yeah.
And the reason I brought that up, not bragging, but to show you the market's still working.
We're busy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I got a lot of realtor friends. Carol's watching, and Benita's watching from Florida. Benita Baker, she's a new agent in Florida.
Awesome.
She can't call on you, but, I mean, you don't go to Florida.
no, but maybe someday.
You go to Northern Kentucky.
We go to Northern Kentucky.
Indiana.
We're not licensed in Indiana.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we
Ohio and Northern
Oh,
Kentucky.
yeah.
Yep.
We'll
But you
go
do
from-
Dayton.
Oh, yeah. We'll do south of Dayton all the way down. We have 2 inspectors in Florence, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they'll actually go all the way down to Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a big market.
Yeah. Their phone number is 513-793-3552. And you want to shout out to your any of them listening this morning you want to say hi to?
Well, they all know about it. So, hi, guys. And I know my number 1 and 2, my wife and my mother are listening. So, hi, guys.
Okay,
Joy
say
and
hi to
Grayson.
Mom.
Oh, yeah, Grayson. Hi.
Yeah.
That's the baby?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you must have been about 14 when you started business with your dad.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I was 21.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
21.
Right? Yep.
Listen to that, folks. If you're 21 and you want to become an entrepreneur,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
why not, find a need and fill it. That's
right.
great.
Find a niche in what you love.
I love the family thing. That's so cool.
That is the neatest part.
It
I mean,
really is.
she's my best buddy, but also she is her. And we work together well together, and what she handles and her just like 73 this week. That's her logistics. I don't know how she does it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
To be honest.
that's huge. That's huge.
Love it.
So, what are some of the numbers of radon tests going on? Do you know? Do you just know what you're doing?
Yeah. So,
You're as busy as can be.
yeah. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of high levels, low levels, especially with the rain and the different temperature changes. It's been
Yeah.
pretty interesting. So, yeah.
Well, we'll get into that after the first break, but answer this for me, John. Do home inspectors pass or fail a home at an inspection?
Absolutely not. No, it's not pass or fail, as you know.
I hear that so much.
I know.
Oh, they failed my
they
house.
failed my house, and yeah.
And the sellers, that's what they're worried about.
Oh yeah.
They've got a perfectly beautiful home, and they're worried when that home inspector, they're going to fail my house.
That's right. It's I had a perfect experience just yesterday. A home up in Mason, won't say the street, but beautiful home, very expensive. And Gary, this home must have 30-something windows in it. They got this, and the listing agent, of course, takes this house. I won't say that either, but the windows are so rotted. My termite. I mean, we all saw it was so easy to see. And It's
Yeah.
like, why didn't you maybe address that
Yeah,
before?
right.
And now I'm the bad guy. I tell them now they need 30-something windows in this home. It's going to cost thousands. What if it's a no-brainer? So as you know, that's
Yeah,
I didn't fail the house. The house basically failed itself.
right,
Yeah.
right. Only
Yeah.
it just needs some windows.
Needs windows, and,
Yeah.
and the deal's still going to go through. I'm sure they
sure,
need windows.
yeah, right.
Right. But there is no fail or pass.
No, of course not. I get that. So, all my real estate friends who are tuning in and listening, and my daughter Jen's listening. Maddie says, good morning. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning.
She just turned 1 year old.
Oh,
She's a cutie. She's such a cutie. But,
awesome.
there was this was years ago, and they had 30-some windows. Now, when you have one or two windows that have the broken seal, got the fog and stuff, I mean, that's not a major defect.
No. No.
You can get those. You can call a glass company and get a window fixed for $150.
Correct.
But when you've got 20 at $150, now you got a major defect.
Right. And you and I've talked about this. This is the big thing in our industry. What is the defect? And what is maintenance? And that, as you know, like I told you, we'll hopefully get our board back once the state opens up in Columbus. That's something we'd love to work on down the road of maybe defining more what a defect
That would be good. Yeah.
because I know the industry right now is wide open. And one thing we're noticing is, and I told my guys, and I had a talk from another agent that kind of brought it up, what we're seeing right now with COVID, the market's hot, no question, as you know. But the sellers are the buyers now are starting to feel, at least what I'm hearing, that they can ask for a lot more things because COVID. Well, that's not true.
No.
As you know, no. I mean, there's multiple offers going on.
Yeah.
So we're trying to explain when we have that meet our client to let them know what a major defect is. And it's education. Yeah.
I'm glad you said multiple. I put a condo on the market in Milford 2 weeks ago. It hit the market on Thursday, Friday. By Thursday, 8 o'clock that night, we had 6 showings scheduled for Friday.
Wow.
And by the end of the day on Friday, we had 14 showings.
Unbelievable.
We had 6 offers. We had over full price offer with a over full price backup offer.
Oh, my.
Oh my gosh.
By the end of the day, Friday.
That's a dream, man.
Yeah.
And you know, my listing in New Richmond, we had somebody come back a second time yesterday. It's supposed to be bringing us. Got a second showing in today.
Right.
I text my seller that says, I feel multiple offer happening. Yay, yay! It's like, that's the way it's
is.
going today.
Yeah.
You know,
we're really blessed, all three of us,
Yes.
to be working in an industry like this.
yeah, right.
Especially through what we're going
So
through.
COVID-19's changed the world as we once knew it, including inspections. How have you changed your procedures to comply with COVID-19?
When COVID hit, of course, it was a shock. It hit. I mean, it's like it happened overnight. Mm-hmm. So what we had to do is and I was working with the state of Ann Pettit up in Columbus, and we said we have to do something to make the sellers comfortable, and I get it. Mm-hmm. And the first thing is we started implementing wearing the mask, wearing the gloves, cleaning, doing what we can to make that seller comfortable with the process.
You have your
Oh yeah,
Yes.
My hands.
Roxy.
Actually, the hands look like they're about 80 years old now. Yeah, it's rippled because
Yep.
of all the sanitation. But we had to save our industry, because if we didn't do it and nobody would allow us in a house, we don't have a job.
right.
So that's kind of how we took proactive.
You finding buyers are afraid to come to inspection?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think especially at the beginning of COVID, we actually were sending out where we were asking them not to come to the inspection, limit who comes in and out of that home. It's somewhat relaxed a little over the last couple weeks. I'm seeing in the marketplace that they're coming, but we're asking them to wear the mask. And home sellers but we still have some home sellers that request that the buyer doesn't come. They want to limit how many people are.
Right.
As you know, it used to be we could do the inspection and grandma, grandpa, everybody was at the house with the kids.
Yeah.
And
That's not. Yeah.
I think that's not happening anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I've always told my buyers this is not the time and place to have your friends and your relatives come
Yeah.
and see the house.
Yep.
I had one of your inspectors was doing this was several years ago, and he calls us. Gary said, "We've got a house full here. Can you call the buyer and tell them to send some of them home? This is not time for a party.
I know.
They need your undivided attention."
Correct. Yeah, and we need our attention. That's a big one.
Right.
But
Yeah, Realtor Magazine posted this week, managing home inspection fears during the pandemic.
I love that.
Which was great. First, many inspectors advise that no more than 2 other people besides the inspector should be present at a home during an inspection. And you don't have to be one of them. They're talking to realtors. Of course,
Right.
I don't go to inspect.
Right.
I've been to, it's not my place to be there. I don't have any decision.
that is one thing I've noticed in the marketplace, Gary, in the last like eight weeks, that I don't think I've seen one agent at a home.
Right, yeah.
That's changed big time.
Exactly. So, a lot of stuff going on. How about the Ohio State licensing? You mentioned that before. We've got about 30 seconds. Are we stifled? Are we waiting for that? Is that already passed?
We are in the part where as the board, we've already passed all the rules and regulations. It has to go back up to the state. There's different levels. Of course, there's nobody up there to pass right now.
Right.
So we're still shooting July 1st.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that might be pushed back off.
And you're the chairman of the board.
Yeah, I'm chairman of the board.
That's taking
Yeah.
care of that in
Yeah.
Ohio. Yeah, you're.
So, I'm interacting with the state at least once a week. We're talking, but that hasn't opened.
So I got the chief cook and bottle washer for the state licensing right here in my
Oh, yeah.
studio.
Thanks,
Great.
Chris.
So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Inspection Plus at 513-793-3552. I'd like to express my gratitude to all the troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and health care. The nurses, doctors, nurses' aides, healthcare staff, EMT staff, police and firefighters, and let's not forget all the restaurant servers, all the folks who are working in department stores, and our truck drivers.
Big time.
Oh, my gosh. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during the pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. After our break, we're going to have a moment with Myles, and then we'll talk to Joy about radon. Is it something to be concerned with? 73 inspections in 1 week. Of course there's something to be concerned with.
Absolutely.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480, now FM 995 and 1079.
Is a rockin', don't bother knocking in the house. Is a rockin', don't you bother, come on in.
Inspection Plus is a full-service home and building inspection service. They inspect residential and commercial buildings and make radon and termite inspections. Since 1991, Inspection Plus has inspected over 34,000 houses in Greater Cincinnati, and they strive to be the best at what they do. Licensed in Kentucky and Ohio. When you need inspection services in Greater Cincinnati, call Inspection Plus 513-793-3552. 793-3552. InspectionPlus.us.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center presents the Grammy Hall of Famer Don McLean Saturday, July the 11th. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com. Don't miss your chance to see Don McLean perform his timeless hits live. And I Love Her So.
And I love you so.
Vincent.
Starry, starry night.
Castles in the Air.
Castles in the air.
And the American classic American Pie.
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie.
That's Saturday, July 11th at Renfro Valley Entertainment Center. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com.
Singing, this'll be the day that I die.
If you suffer from chronic pain, anxiety, insomnia, or many other chronic conditions, CBD oil may be right for you. I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. Save Discount Drugs proudly offers a full line of Ananda Professional CBD products. Safe, natural, and 100% legal in Kentucky, Ananda CBD oils are a full-spectrum hemp extract from 100% U.S.-grown hemp. So stop by and see us for your CBD needs or give us a call at 859-431-2857 to learn more about CBD. Save Discount Drugs also offers everyday low pricing on all of our prescription medications, and we can fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less. We have free parking behind our store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857, or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years' experience. Cooper Electric. Make safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
Town Properties is proud of creating truly great places to live, work, shop, and play. Town has the undisputed title of the region's most honored developer and manager. Rent an apartment with Town at the Lofts at Chilito Place, the Gramercy, the Greenwich, the Groton, all in downtown, or nearby at Delta Flats, DeSales Flats, Mount Adams, or Roebling Row in Covington. Find yourself among the jewels of the Queen City. Bars, restaurants, concerts, sports. Select a studio, 1-bedroom, 2- or 3-bedroom apartment home. Visit townproperties.com. Town Properties, great places to live.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for listening. You'll be glad you did. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. Go. The moment we have been waiting for all week long. This is the captain of our ship, Mr. Myles Beersford. This is A Moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend.
How are you doing?
Gary, the National Association of Realtors' latest survey finds that 3 out of every 4 realtors surveyed reported that their clients haven't reduced their prices to attract buyers. Yes, that means we are still in a seller's market. And further news is that number is up from a week ago. Also, the survey concluded that 30% of realtors said they were able to complete nearly all aspects of real estate transactions while complying with social distancing. Gary, I visited every one of our offices this week, and Chris and I are congratulating the agents at RE/MAX Preferred Group on efforts to continue their business in a safe and compliant manner. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Oh, that's good stuff, Myles. Thank you very much. That is Myles Beersford. He's the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group, along with his lovely wife, Christine Beersford. We have 8 offices throughout Greater Cincinnati. We are the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio. So that's tooting my horn a little bit there. I'm so happy and proud to be part of that organization, the best real estate brokerage in the entire country. And I'm a little biased.
Hey, you're good, and they're good.
I've spent 25 years at RE/MAX, and I've been to a couple others, and there's just no place like home.
That's right. That's awesome.
But that's some good stuff, and it's so true. Later on, we're going to have a visit with Bill Carigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You don't want to miss that. We've got a lot of regular listeners each week. I'm so happy and grateful for each and every one of you. If you're watching us on Facebook and you like what you see and hear, like my page, like my little bit there this morning. And a special hi to Carol from South Lebanon. She's watching. Benita from Florida. Jen from Fairfield, and little Maddie says, good morning, Pay. Good morning, Maddie. So anyhow, the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Inspection Plus at 513-793-3552. If you're going to have a home inspected, call them. Anthony Sewell won the trivia question. He'll get a $10 gift card to Starbucks. The answer is none other than Janis Joplin. Oh,
Janis.
My gosh.
A legend.
Go to YouTube and watch her videos. It's unbelievable. This lady put her heart and soul in every note she sang. It's just, the close-ups on her face were like awesome. Buyers try to cut some costs and save some money, and they've got their dad, their uncle, their brother-in-law, or worse yet, their best friend who wants to do their inspection.
Oh, yeah.
Right or wrong?
I think that's wrong.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But for real, I mean.
Oh, yeah. It's you got to remember when we're coming there independent, and as I always told you, the house is kind of like our client. The house tells the story, and if you bring in a family member to do the inspection, it's already if I was the seller, I would already have a feeling of, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be against the world. Plus, with our new licensing law, if you really want to follow through, and we've talked about this at the state level, what will happen is if somebody brings grandpa in or dad to do the inspection, that the agent, the listing agent, probably would not have to agree to the items they found.
Exactly.
But they're not licensed.
Right.
I mean, it's like having a realtor not licensed. It's
can't do that. No. Right.
But it only makes sense. You want somebody independent, facts, educated to do your inspection.
Right. I love your report because at the end you have those 2 summary pages.
Right.
One is your maintenance items, which are, hey, folks, you got to change your filter, you got to clean your gutters, you got to trim the stuff back from the
grading against the house.
Right, yeah. It's all maintenance stuff. But then you have your defective. These are things that are supposed to work that aren't working.
Right.
And that's I don't care about the rest of the I don't even read the whole inspection report. Usually I go right for your summary page.
Correct. And that's and as you and I know, even is the seller going to fix all the defects? Probably not.
No, but
it's
negotiate.
It's negotiate. That's right. That's why you want a good realtor to help explain and guide you through that process.
Right. So, Joy, 73 inspections this week. Why should radon be a concern for buyers or the present homeowner?
Yeah, so I get phone calls just for homeowners wanting to know their levels, which is great. Mainly we do for real estate transactions too. I'd want to know the radon levels in my home if I was purchasing a home. It's a radioactive gas, and in long term, it can cause lung cancer. So you want it 3.9 picocuries per liter or under, and anything above 4.0, we recommend a mitigation system. And that is not a deal breaker. A mitigation system is it's an easy fix. And we've seen extremely low levels with systems installed. So I just would want to know the levels in my home, especially if you have kids in your basement.
Yeah. Right, right. What should a seller do if the radon test shows higher than what the EPA norm is?
Yeah, so we would recommend, there are great mitigation companies out there. Call them, get some quotes, and then have that installed. And a very important part I also say during this, once the mitigation system is installed, make sure you get a post mitigation test to make sure the system's working properly. Right. That's very important because there are times, there are mistakes. You just want to make sure it's working.
Yeah. Now, I go into homes all the time where they have an active mitigation system in place.
Yep.
And the buyer wants to get another. They want to have you come in to see.
Right.
Should the seller turn theirs off or leave it running?
I get that a lot too. Do not turn your mitigation system off. It's there for a reason. So keep it on, and we test it, and we see how.
Have you come in to see?
Right.
Should the seller turn theirs off or leave it running?
I get that a lot too. Do not turn your mitigation system off. It's there for a reason. So keep it on, and we test it, and we see how it's doing. But usually systems can run for quite a long time with no issues. So
Gotcha. Okay. Do radon testing companies have a protocol to follow governed by the state?
Yep, especially the state of Ohio. We're very strict. I know Tennessee is not. Just every state is different. Ohio is very strict. You have to be licensed in the state of Ohio to do radon testing, which that includes you have to sit for a class 2 days. You have to take a test and pass, which my dad and I have taken. It's not the easiest test.
It's tough.
There's physics in it. Yeah, and then every 2 years you have to do a continuing education. So yeah, that's very strict. Things we're seeing right now with radon testing issues in the weather, with the closed house conditions.
Okay.
People want to have their windows open for a radon test. You need your home closed up for at least 12 hours prior to the radon drop off. And then during the entire test. That is extremely important. People think opening their windows will decrease the radon levels, and that's
true.
The complete opposite. It's like a vacuum or suction, so it actually creates higher levels, and we don't want that to happen. So.
Right. Yeah, I've done my homework, and I know homeowners they're going to open all their windows and think that's going to clear out their house.
Yes.
No.
Fresh air.
No, that's not the case. No.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So testing companies have the protocol, and has COVID-19 changed any protocol or procedures?
No, it's very similar to like the home inspections. We wear gloves, masks. In our job, we're in and out very quickly.
Right.
So we just go by the protocols, and we be careful. But yeah.
So your little device is an electronic device, and you place it, and you have to follow the state regulatory protocol for where it gets placed and how long it runs. And so you have 70 some of those?
So we have 40 monitors.
40, okay.
And all of those monitors, the state of Ohio, you have to have them calibrated every year.
Okay.
So that's something you want to look at, too, with your radon report. Make sure the calibration's up to date, whatnot. But there's 40.
Is that a good question a buyer should ask when they hire you? Is when did you have your...
Yeah, absolutely. You can even ask with the radon report being sent, hey, can you just send me the calibration report along with, the radon test? And that's easy. Absolutely.
Okay. So you do testing, but you don't do the actual mitigation.
We do not, no. We keep it separate. We also do post-mitigation testing for companies, but we like to keep that separate. I want to see your levels come in low, and if it comes in high, we recommend mitigation companies for you.
Okay.
But like a third party, yes.
All right, good, good. And one of the best mitigation companies in town, he's been in here many times, Tino Pucci at Mobile
Everyone
Radon.
knows him.
Yep. I mean, he's one of the first ones in Cincinnati, and
absolutely,
he knows his stuff, but he doesn't know the intricacies of all the chemistry, and he goes, I don't know that stuff. I just know how to get rid of it.
He knows how to get rid of it.
And I don't know a lot about mitigation, so that's why,
Right. Good stuff. So there you have it. That's Joy Cordell. Oh, actually, your married name is
Negalizen.
It's long.
We'll call you Joy.
Yeah, Joy Cordell. Yeah.
The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Inspection Plus and also the mitigation side. We call them this week at 513-793-3552. Don't touch that dial. I have my music history coming up, and then we're going to discuss how a home seller can prepare for a home inspection. That's very important stuff.
Yep.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Nothing to lose. I've seen it all for years.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
From a time when you were lost in love, Air Supply brings it all together again. The Lost in Love Experience. Friday, July 10th, Rose Music Center at the Heights. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and RoseMusicCenter.com. Air Supply.
Honey, I can't get this done. I'll have to call a plumber.
We'll make it Zinn's Plumbing. I've never heard anything but the best about them.
Why's that?
They're a longtime local family-owned firm that I know I can trust.
Zinn's Plumbing? Okay, I'll call them.
Zinn's Plumbing, can I help you?
Yes, I hope so. My wife gave me strict orders to call only you.
Well, we appreciate that. We do.
Hey, Facebook. I see Carol and Benita and my second daughter Jen's watching, and my oldest daughter Amy is watching from Delhi. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
On the same day, we work within a 2-hour time frame.
That sounds great. Zinn's Plumbing is great. Ask anyone who knows. Call them at 513-681-2501. 681-2501.
There are lots of places to find out about places that are closed, but WDJO wants to tell everyone that you are open. If you have a store or a business that's open and operating, WDJO will be happy to make sure that our listeners know about it. Call 513-421-1480 during normal business hours, or stop by 1480WDJO.com and give us all your info. We'll tell everyone here that your store or company is open for business for free. Call 513-421-1480 during normal business hours, or just stop by online at 1480WDJO.com. We can make it through this together. Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
You know what time it is. It's music history time, and this is what happened today. Back in 1964, Mary Wells started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with My Guy, written and produced by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
I'm sticking to my guy.
Today in 1965, driving away from a gig at the Civic Hall in Long Beach, California, the limo taking the Rolling Stones back to their hotel was besieged by fans who caved in the roof by standing on it. The band attempted to hold the roof up while their chauffeur drove off with bodies falling onto the road. Today in 1966, the Beach Boys released the classic album Pet Sounds, widely ranked as one of the most influential records ever released and has been ranked at number 1 in several music magazine lists of greatest albums of all time, including New Musical Express, The Times, and Mojo Magazine. In 2003, it was ranked number 2 in the Rolling Stone 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list. Of course, the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's came in first. Today in 1969, Pete Townsend spent the night in a U.S. jail for assaulting a man during a Who gig at the Fillmore East. What Townsend didn't know was the man who jumped onto the stage was a plainclothes policeman trying to warn the audience that a fire had broken out. The Who guitarist was later fined $30 for the offense. Today in 1970, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Deja Vu. The album featured the top 40 singles Teach Your Children, Our House, and Woodstock. In 2003, the album was ranked at number 148 on the Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time, and rightly so. Today in 1977, the London Evening Standard reported that Led Zeppelin singer Robert Plant had been arrested at Atlanta Airport for being drunk and pulling a knife. Since Plant was in his home in Wales at the time of the incident, the person arrested was a man impersonating Plant, and the British paper ran an apology the following night. Today in 2008, Neil Diamond reached the top of the U.S. Billboard album chart for the first time in his career with Home Before Dark, the 67-year-old 29th studio album. His previous highest chart position was in 1973 when the soundtrack to the film Jonathan Livingston Seagull peaked at number 2. At the age of 67, Diamond became the oldest artist to have a U.S. number 1. The record was previously held by Bob Dylan in 2006 with Modern Times, released when he was 65. Go get him, guys. Speaking of Bob Dylan, in 2009, he went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Together Through Life, his 33rd studio album. The album received 2 Grammy Award nominations in Best Americana Album category and Best Solo Rock Vocal Performance category for Beyond Here Lies Nothing. The album also is significant as the only album by Dylan to top the U.S. and UK charts consecutively. 33 studio albums. This day in 1919, American pianist, singer, and TV presenter Liberace, who had a career spanning 4 decades, and for a period, his TV show would pull over 30 million viewers at any one time, and he became the highest paid entertainer in the world. He died on February 4th in 1997. Behind the Candelabra, a film adaptation of Scott Thorson's autobiography featuring Michael Douglas stars as Liberace and Matt Damon playing Thorson. Chopsticks. We hope you found these bits of music history as interesting as I did when researching them to share with you today. So there you go. Chopsticks.
That's unbelievable.
His version, fantastic. I'm called Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor, and here's why. I play with the greatest classic rock band, Blue Sun Ivory, if we ever get out there and play again.
Please, right?
It's been a while, and it's going to be a little while yet. But go to our website, bluesunivory.com. I'm posting stay-at-home concerts, mini concerts every week, maybe a couple every week, so you can look back and enjoy what we did last year in full color and stereo right in the confines of your home. If you want to say happy anniversary or happy birthday or hi, say it with flowers. Call Let's Flower House at 513-921-0561. I talked with Carol 2 weeks ago, and they are busy as all get out, making deliveries.
Good.
The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Inspection Plus, 513-793-3552, and also Advanced Radon Inspections. So, what are some of the most common defects you find during a home inspection, John?
I would say, of course, roofing can be an issue. But on almost every, you've seen a lot of reports, chimneys can be an issue, especially that concrete cap on top. It sits up there, nobody sees it. It's taking all the weather, and a lot of them crack. So we find that. Many issues with electrical, you'll find deficiencies in homes. But the biggest thing I would say is that can be costly would be structure. But we don't find that most of the time. I mean, most homes don't have a structural issue. But the big thing would be, I would say, is something to do with the roofing.
And a home inspector is not, you're not a specialist in any one area. So if you notice, you get a red flag on a structural thing, you would recommend in your report that they get a structural engineer's opinion.
Correct.
If you see a roofing problem, you'd say, I see some things going on here. I would suggest getting a roofing qualified roofer to give you a better idea or an estimate for repairs.
Right. Inspectors, we're generalists. I mean, we have to know a little bit about a lot of subjects. But again, we're there to identify, like a secret.
And the buyer says, "Well, how much is that going to cost?"
Yeah, we always
are you tempted to throw out a number?
I mean, they're always trying to get us to throw a number out, and as I tell them, it's the marketplace. I mean, we try to stay away from pricing because that's not our job. Yeah.
Now, I know you're there for the buyer, but you're going in on a seller's turf, their castle.
Oh, yeah.
A seller could do some things to prepare which would make the inspection go a lot smoother. What are 3 or 4 of the most key things that you run into that are restrictive for you that a seller could do up front that would make things go a little easier?
Well, what you said is so important. What I find, then we've done so many inspections, anyone who has a pre-inspection or has the home looked at prior to listing.
Oh, yeah.
That deal goes so much smoother. And documentation. If you get something fixed, like a new hot water heater or a new roof, let's say the roof's 3 years old, just think about it. The shingle doesn't have a date on it. So we're there guessing, is it 5 to 3 to 5 years? So I love it when you would leave documentation for me or an engineer report when I walk into the home. If you remember back what we talked about, we were a generalist. And they're the specialist, and that'll relieve an issue. And just you and I've ran into this before where somebody's had something fixed on a home. We call it out. We'll recommend asking the current owner if they have any documentation. And there's another day you got to wait for more paperwork.
Right.
Get it out up front. That's why the pre-inspection is so important. But the big ones I would say is if you have water in the basement, you want to get it, but that typically devalues a home. I can see it, as an agent. But just even the little things, going around checking underneath your sinks, leaks, adding GFIs within 6 feet of water, it just makes it's so easy to get it fixed, much cheaper for you, because you get to pick who you're bringing in. You and I know it. We come in as the inspection. There's a 10-day contingency.
To do the inspection. Then there's a 5-day, which is a settlement period. And you've got 5 days from the point that the buyer agent presents you with the post-inspection agreement asking for 2 or 3 things.
Right.
You've got 5 days to figure out how you're going to do that.
And what I'm hearing in the marketplace, and I'm sure you are, since all these, especially roofers, because of all the weather we've had, try to get a roofer out in the next 5 days.
There's no way. Unless you know somebody. And you're going to possibly pay a higher price. Because something else sellers can do is, there's an attic in most homes, and you open the closet, and then there's shelves, and there's clothing, and there's no way to get to that scuttle. If the sellers would just remove all that and make it accessible, or they have stuff stacked around the furnace and the electric circuit breaker, but I can't even get to it.
Yeah, just think of it just as you take your quick walk through prior to getting the home inspector coming, is it accessible? Can we get to it? Because what you don't want to do is have us have to come back out a second time to recheck because we couldn't get in because of all the clothing and furniture.
Right, and that puts a real negative on the inspection. Right up front. Right. So pre-inspections and clear things out so you can have a clear shot at everything if you don't do the pre-inspection. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Next, we're going to have a little visit with Bill Carigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer, WDJO 1480 now on FM 995 and 107.9.
Inspection Plus is a full-service home and building inspection service. They inspect residential and commercial buildings and make radon and termite inspections. Since 1991, Inspection Plus has inspected over 34,000 houses in greater Cincinnati, and they strive to be the best at what they do. Licensed in Kentucky and Ohio. When you need inspection services in greater Cincinnati, call Inspection Plus, 513-793-3552. 793-3552. InspectionPlus.us.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center presents the legendary B.J. Thomas. Friday, August 21st. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com. Don't miss your chance to see this American institution live in concert Friday, August 21st at Renfro Valley Entertainment Center, just off I-75 south of Lexington. B.J. Thomas in concert Friday, August 21st. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com. Hi, this is Mark Elliott from the WDJO Morning Show. I buy things online all the time. Books, clothes. Why not a car? So I thought I need a car. I started looking at used cars online, Craigslist and things like that. And then I thought, I don't know anything about cars. How do I know I'm not getting ripped off? So when I got this car, it had like a 7-day return. I immediately took it to John Nolan Auto Service. They looked it over from top to bottom. They checked everything, the tires, the transmission, all those words under the hood that I can't pronounce and know anything about. They gave me a complete list of what was wrong with the car. So I knew if it was the right deal or not. They really helped me out. And they'll do the same thing for you for just $59. It costs a lot more than that to get it inspected. But right now, for WDJO listeners only, so tell them you listen to WDJO, they'll do the inspection for you, whether you're buying a car from Craigslist or a dealer or anybody else. 859-291-8833. That's their number. They're in Newport, 859-291-8833. A $59 inspection of the car you want to buy, available now from John Nolan Auto Service.
You're more focused than ever on keeping your employees and customers safe. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. Our Cintas technicians can apply our disinfectant and sanitizer spray throughout your facility. Our Ultra Clean service for restrooms uses a sanitizer effective against certain germs, bacteria, and viruses. And we'll help you stay well stocked with hand sanitizer, face masks, and essential PPE. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right. You can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, you're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. We've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen, with John and Joy Cordell of Inspection Plus and Advanced Radon Testing. Correct? Yeah. 513-793-3552. They are the best in the business. They are a father and daughter team, and you can't go wrong with family. Family is everything. I've got all 3 of my daughters watching us on Facebook. Love you guys. All my grandkids. Love them all.
Awesome.
The Dragonfly Foundation, you know what? They provide distractions and support. The community dragonflies don't even know that they need it because the Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects dragonfly families to each other and the community by providing programs that enhance quality of life and enhancing programs in partner with the greatest children's hospital in the world, and that is our own Cincinnati Children's Hospital. I like to take this next 5-6 minutes to have a little chat and an update from my friend, and he is chairman of one of the board members at the Dragonfly Foundation. His name is Mr. Bill Carigan. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
We're doing fantastic here at WDJO. Thanks for calling in.
You bet. Happy to do it.
Yeah. So what does the Dragonfly Foundation need most today, especially with COVID-19 happening, that limits your fundraising abilities by a whole bunch? But
Gary, with the outbreak of the pandemic, we have had to move all of our fundraising events out to the late summer, early fall. And so, as you can imagine, our donations are off sharply. So, I would just say that to your listeners that, the good work that we do is still being done on a limited revenue. So, I mean, the greatest ask that I could make of your listeners is just to simply look into your heart and think about donating, and it's so easy to do. As you always say, Gary, the easiest way to do it is just to text Wings 15 to 71777 and make a small donation there. But you can also visit www.dragonfly.org, and there is a donate button. So it's very easy to do, and there's actually ways that you could donate without any money out of your pocket. And that's a very simple thing that I know you do, Gary, is through Amazon Smiles.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everybody's, especially today, everyone's shopping Amazon, and a lot of people don't know that if they log into Amazon Smile, they can choose who they want to have a portion of what they buy. It's a small portion, but every little bit helps, and it does not cost you more to buy that item. It is something Amazon just does.
It's a great program, and I would just encourage your listeners who are already using Amazon to just take 10 seconds to go to Amazon Smiles and designate the Dragonfly Foundation as the organization they choose to support. And it's just very similar to the Kroger Rewards program. The Kroger program is another way that you can designate the Dragonfly Foundation there. So those are just easy ways to help. And I just encourage your listeners to consider a donation, because we really need it. And hopefully by late summer, early fall, things will be somewhat back to normal, and we can continue our fun fundraising events. But until then, any support from your listeners is just greatly appreciated.
Yeah, go to dragonfly.org. It's a beautiful website, and I'll tell you, when it first opens up, you got these two smiling faces. Look at this. Look. And they got a great big home
events. But until then, any support from your listeners is just greatly appreciated.
Yeah, go to dragonfly.org. It's a beautiful website, and I'll tell you, when it first opens up, you got these two smiling faces. Look at this. Look. And they got a great big homemade thank you sign, and they're just it's just so heartwarming. And the stats, Bill, is since 2010 you have served 5,836 registered patients, siblings, and offspring, and parents, caregivers. That's huge. That's a lot for 10 years.
It's unbelievable. It really is. I mean, there has been such an outpouring of appreciation for what the Dragonfly Foundation does for these families, because, Gary, as you know, when you get a diagnosis of cancer for one of your children, the world just stops, and you do whatever it takes to get your family to Cincinnati Children's and get treatment as soon as possible. And that means that families often show up at Children's ill-prepared to just operate, and we're there for them to reach out as soon as they've reconciled what's going on, what their the next few months are going to look like for their family. We're there with all sorts of support and everything from entertainment for the family, gift cards for the family to get food, bags of supplies, and And we've just gotten great feedback from the families that we serve. And yet, you're right, we're coming up on 6,000 families, which is pretty amazing.
I've seen it firsthand, where a family, their little boy had to have some major ear surgery, and insurance only covered like half of it. I mean, they were in debt for a couple $100,000 in medical bills, and they couldn't afford it. Of course, mom and dad start bickering, and of course they don't pay their mortgage. Now they're losing their house, they're getting a divorce, and guess what? The patient, the young boy, thinks it's his fault. That's what the Dragonfly Foundation does. They step in and they say, no, there's no one at fault here, and we've been through that. We'll show you how to do it. We'll take you by the hand. We'll walk you through this. We can do this together. And they are an example of how to get past by distracting them from the disease and putting smiles on their face by taking them to concerts and athletic shows and games and all the things that you're usually able to do, but now you're kind of stuck with, okay, so what are we going to do? We need to continue. So if you want to help, if we've reached your heart today, pick up your smartphone and text the word WINGS15 to 71777 and donate right now. Every little $5 helps. Bill, thank you for coming on this morning. We really appreciate it. Give my love to all your volunteers there at the Dragonfly Foundation at 506 Oak Street when you open up again real soon, hopefully. So,
thanks, Gary. I really appreciate the support.
We're just about out of time today. What a great show, and thanks to John and Joy Cordell with Inspection Plus. Give them a call this week. Their number is 513-793-3552. So if you miss any of the shows, you can listen to them on the podcast, rockincincy.com. My houses are rocking because the buyers keep on knocking, so I'm open for business. Find me online at rockincincy.com. Don't forget to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, and wash your hands constantly. Tune in next week. I've got an exciting show planned, and coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. Again, a big thanks to all the first responders, the police and firefighters, nurses and doctors, restaurant workers, those who work in department stores, and those we forget about, all the truck drivers who deliver all our supplies and packages. Also, in honor of Armed Forces Day, which is today, this song is dedicated to you all. This is Lee Greenwood's hit performed by Bluestone Ivory, God Bless the USA.
There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota, the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to L.A., where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thanks for another great show, and if you